Hey guys, welcome to our new video. Today we want to share with you the current situation which is happening in Czech Republic. Currently our country is in a state of emergency. It's for 30 days for now, but it can be extended.
So we want to take this opportunity to tell you what's going on around and what's going to be happening over the next 1 month. So the information we're going to give you now is most likely going to change because there's always new developments going on. So I'm going to add links in the bottom of where you're going to get the latest information about these topics.
First cases of virus in Czech Republic were detected on 1st March 2020. Now 16 days later there is 300 cases and the number keeps growing. Because of the growing situation and the situation in Europe, specifically in Italy and Spain, what is happening right now, our government took very extreme preventative measures.
In regards to entry to Czech Republic, there's border controls which are in place on the airports and also on the borders surrounding Czech Republic. So tourists are currently not allowed to come to Czech Republic during this period of time, and they're only allowing people who live in Czech Republic with their residency permit. There are situations where people live in Czech Republic, but because they don't have the residency permit, they're not being allowed to enter the country. So if you're coming from a safe or risk country coming home, that means you have to go under 15 days of quarantine and you're not allowed to leave the house. And if you do leave the house and you're caught outside the house, that means you're going to be fined 3 million crown and you're going to get a jail term of up to 6 years.
When it comes to leaving the country, Czech citizens cannot leave the country unless they have a permanent or temporary residence in the final destination. When it comes to foreigners, both tourists or those who live here for some time, they can leave the country, but they cannot come back.
So right now there's also strict limitations on the borders. So there's some guards, so they're essentially closed. And you can only leave the country if you are going, for example, to Austria or Germany for working, and you need a special permit from your employer, which allows you to be able to leave the country. So the whole country is on total lockdown. You cannot leave the house unless you're going for specific matters. That's why we're doing this video in this house, because we cannot get outside. But you're allowed to go out if you're going to the shops, or you're going to the doctors, or you're going to see family members and relatives, not friends, or to work. That means we can no longer go to, for example, restaurants. They are completely closed. Bars, everything is just closed.
Places.
Yeah, all public places are now closed. So it's total lockdown, which is currently in Czech Republic. And if you see, for example, in the old town, there shouldn't be much crowds walking around unless you see someone who's taking a picture on the square. That means they're breaking the law, which is not good. Yeah, they're breaking the law, yeah. And also the impact can be also seen in schools.
When it comes to public places, almost all of them are closed, including schools, which closed down, I think, 1 or 2 weeks ago, and they are closed until 4th of April, or it can be extended. This counts for all type of schools, including universities and preschools. Since yesterday, they mentioned that there can be one school opened for kids from 3 to 10 years old. Only 15 kids can be in a class, and it's only for those parents who cannot have a babysitter and they have to go to work. Otherwise, schools are closed down. In Czech TV, they started a program called TV Teacher. It's for those kids who are staying at home, which is all of them. And it's like some just educational basis. Some studying happens to be online, but most of the students, they have basically holidays.
Yeah, so for me, I'm also working from home. My company communicated that we can all be on home office because we have the capability. And this is also happening on most IT companies where they are able to connect from home to do their work.
Also marketing companies, and wherever you're using computer, people are encouraged and companies are encouraged to actually buy laptops and to provide them for their employees, or to give them extra holidays just to avoid going to work.
If you do have to go to work, there's also still some measures which can be put in your workplace. That means distancing between employees and also some extra hygiene products. Some serious restrictions on restaurants and public catering in general. So all the restaurants are closed. They're only allowed to sell things through takeaway. So that means you see like they set up a table at the entrance of their restaurant and start doing kind of a takeaway transaction going on. And
or delivery. A lot of restaurants do deliveries.
Yeah, or also starting to do delivery, which is really, really good.
Supermarkets are still open. Same with the grocery shops. When you go to shop, however, there is limited amount of food, especially in Prague because of the outbreak, I guess. When you look for disinfection or now vitamins or anything connected to flu, you will not probably find it, or you will be very lucky if you do. That's why many people prefer to buy online. There is the Rohlik or Košík websites where they buy it. They also ran out of most of the stuff which I mentioned, but they also say when they will be stocked up again. The difference is that now you have to wait approximately 3 or 4 days for the delivery, and there is only a specific time they will come. Courier comes, but they wear masks and gloves. You cannot pay to them, but you have to pay online. And up front, they will come and they will stay away from you 2 meters, just put the bags by the door and you wave at them and they go.
Everyone's happy.
So everyone's happy, it's very efficient and very safe, which we appreciate.
Yeah, when we were doing the last shopping, it was also taking quite a bit of time to make the website work because it was like really,
yes,
really
the
busy.
website keeps being frozen and really a lot of things ran out. So yeah, right now people just have to deal with what is there. I didn't hear that in any other towns it's similar, it's mostly Prague, I think. Following that, also a new restriction from tomorrow says that when you go to public transport you have to always have your mouth covered. Right now the situation is serious because there's no masks available anywhere, even for sick people or people in hospital. So people are either trying to sew their own masks, or you can simply use scarf or any type of cloth protection.
Yeah, and the good thing is they also increased the public transport, so it's no longer concentrations of people in the same ride, so that's also some good measure which they've put in place. All transport is sanitized, they clean it down thoroughly, so that's really great thing they're doing on the transport.
So that was a lot of information we just gave you. All these things can be looked up on internet. That's the declarations which have to be followed. However, Czech nation is a bit rebellious. So if you break any of these things, nothing will really happen. Czech people know that. That's why most of these things are not being followed, which is a very big shame.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think. I am really grateful for all these restrictions, especially with our child. It's important to just keep the distance for now, because that's how you spread the virus from person to person.
Yeah, you see people walking around and acting like business like any other day,
Business as usual.
Business as usual. So there's not much changes, but I'm hoping if things are not improving that they will put more security and more police around to try and limit these people and like to measure temperatures and also give fines as necessary.
They are now doing more restrictions with hospitals. When you want to come to hospital, they usually don't allow you to most of these departments, I think, except of birthing and where the people are with terminal disease. Otherwise, they don't let you in. And still, I heard in Brno they are now let you go through a tent and measure your temperature, and they are very strict, which is good. But we need more of that. And honestly, it's quite upsetting to see that people don't really mind, or people complain about the government. And then when the wave comes, there will be not enough places in hospitals, and what will we do after? People will complain that government should have done something.
Yeah.
So I think this is really wise.
Yeah, and we also were watching the news yesterday where they were saying that people are going to get tested even though they're not sick.
Yes. There's lines for the test. The test is very simple. They just basically take a sample from your nose, and then the same day or the next day after you have the results. But people with absolutely no symptoms, they just come and test just to be sure. So there will be a new law now. I'm not sure if it already is, but I think it probably should be now, that it will cost them 3,000 crown to do that test.
Yeah, it's a shame because those people who really need it and are really sick, they are not able to get tested.
And the lines are always busy. And when someone has a valid reason, many times there's cases where they just couldn't reach the line.
Yeah, so hopefully with these measures, it should decrease the number of infections and also free up hospital resources. And I'm hoping this state of emergency is going to hopefully come to an end and everything can go back to normal. But I really hope you enjoyed this video of our impressions of what's going on at the moment. So
stay safe, wash your hands, cover your mouth, stay at home.
Yeah,
that's the best you can do right now.
Yeah, I think so. And make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and we're gonna see you in the next video.
If you have any questions, don't forget to write them below.
Oh yes.
And we will see you next time.
Definitely. Bye.
Bye.